Hello, welcome to Merlin's Mountain. I hope you enjoy your visit with us here today, and I hope the magic rubs off on you. It does again and again. In this video, friends, we're going to do a 5-card pick a card, which is really a 10-card pick a card, as we so often do on Fridays, because we're going to use 2 decks. We're going to use a tarot deck. First of all, we're going to use this one, which is the Magic of Tarot deck, which went down very well last time I used it, which was the first time I used it, actually. And we're also going to use a great old deck that I use more and more these days, but for a long time I didn't use it. It is the Ascended Masters Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue in its tatty box, which testifies to how long it's been around and how many readings I've done with it. So we'll do another one today, and those will give some significance to the tarot cards. Okay, so let's have a quick shuffle of the tarot cards and see what we get. There we are, much shuffling now done, so we'll take off the top 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Right. So it's time to pick a card, or pick 2 cards, or pick 3 cards, 4 cards, or all 5 of them, which you're very welcome to do. All depends what your inner psychic is saying to you today. And the advice can change, it really can. But go with what you're drawn for. Not drawn for, drawn to, because I've drawn 5 here. Okay, you can draw 4 if you want to, 1, 2, 3, it's up to you entirely. But here are the 5 cards, starting with 1, number 2, number 3, number 4 and number 5. So I hope your choice is going to be kind of something that really fires you up, you know, because over the last week and a half, we've had the end of Mercury retrograde, before that the end of Mars retrograde, and things are pretty clear at the moment. The weather is very clear in UK. I'm absolutely freezing here. Well, not really, because I've got the heater on, but it's pretty nippy time, and that kind of kills off all the old bugs, you know. That's one of the great things of winter. Kills off so many of the old diseases and stuff that's in the soil, in the earth beneath our feet, and just clears the way for a new journey forward, you know, time to move forward in faith without fear, basically. And that's where it's at. I've got the oracle cards ready as well. But let's turn over card number 1 and see what we've got. We've got the Page of Swords. There he is, looking very kind of more advanced than the pages usually do, you know. He's young, he's full of energy and everything. I guess this card, as it always does when we have a page, means that we have to think about maybe encouraging someone or encouraging a situation along. Yeah, the situation this is talking about, which is different to everyone, including me, is a situation where you're going to have to put something in, maybe quite a lot in, actually, to get things happening. The swords, though, are all about thinking, about thoughts, and, you know, to a large extent about feelings as well. Of course, that's more the area of the cups suit. But with the swords, you know, it is about how you feel. And it maybe, you know, if you've got this card, because it's quite high up in the suit of swords, you've maybe been having some wacky dreams, and we have, of course, been coming down from the full moon for quite a while now. We're only a couple of days, in fact we're only 1 day away from new moon as I speak, but at the same time, when a cycle is going to start, that is very full of energy, just as much as the full moon is in another way, is it not? So we've got, I'd like to say fast-moving progress, really, but this is more about fast-moving thoughts and working things out. The fast-moving progress can only really come after the fast-moving thoughts. That, dear viewer, is the point. Okay, so let's put Mr. Page down and see what we have. Okay, oracle card number 1 then, to go with it, artistic expression. And here we have Paul the Venetian, and I absolutely love the colours in these cards, and that's the artistic expression of the person who made the deck, which wasn't Doreen Virtue. It's got her name on it, but I'm not sure who the artist was. The point is, this is the artist in your own heart, you know, whether you feel you can like paint pictures or sing songs or whatever or not. This is the song of the heart really needing to come out, and you know, that's a big part of making things happen. And of course, with the Page of Swords, there's all that that thinking going on too. So to really express yourself, you need to be able to think first, but it's a two-way thing, because to be able to really think things through, you've got to have some idea where you're headed, and that, friends, is where to use your artistic expression, so you can call on Paul the Venetian for help. Okay. Let's move along to card number 2 from the tarot, and it's the Six of Wands. Okay, so we really are looking at progress here so far. That's what it's all been about. The Six of Wands, the suit of wands, of course, always so much to do with getting things done and actually putting things into practice and making things happen. If you picked all 5, this is your kind of immediate future. So it shows that all that thinking is leading somewhere. But with the Six of Wands, we need to remember the people and the situations and the things and the circumstances that got us where we are at the present time, because that's the platform under our feet. That's our launch pad, really. That's what actually helps us to get moving in the first place. And we should remember all those people. It's kind of like when you get the Oscars, or, you know, whatever award ceremony is going on. And there always seems to be an award ceremony going on somewhere, doesn't there? And it's like, you know, people come up and say, oh, well, I couldn't have done this without all the other team and all that kind of thing. That's what this card is about, you know. Who helped you to actually get where you are right now in this position? Even if it's a bad situation, think about who maybe tried to help you along the way. Maybe think of any advice you might have ignored, anything you might have left behind in that sense with the Six of Wands. So what have we to go with that? And we've got White Buffalo Calf Woman. And this actually, as much as anything, is a reminder that of the energies and the forces that try to help us, that we may or may not have ignored, but generally the energy that got us to this position where we're in at the moment, which is, for most of us in the world today, quite a good situation. In a lot of ways, things couldn't get any worse, but it's this situation where we can't actually, you know, the only way is up, put it that way. It's a time when we've really got to start thinking about launching ourselves, which is great with the Wands energy. And White Buffalo Calf Woman is all about a peace offering. Okay, so to really, you know, kick things into life, make things happen. Remember the people and the energies and the situations, influences, blah, 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 all that good stuff that got you to where you are at this point in time and have made it possible for you to see that the only way is up. Make a peace offering with those people in some way, okay? And if you're concerned that, you know, maybe you stood on someone's head to get where you are at the moment, and I'm sure you wouldn't have meant to, but if you did, yeah, make a peace offering in that direction as well. That is a great thing to do. But when we have White Buffalo Calf Woman, we really do have etheric energies, really the energies of the heavens coming in and showing us the way forward. That's what she's all about. And I guess that's what anything magical is all about, really. But she goes very nicely with the Six of Wands. Next card, here we go. It's the Lovers. This is something that's very dear to all our hearts, actually. Whether we're seeking a relationship or we've been in a relationship a long time and want to keep it going, or want to bring it to an end and have a new start, the Lovers, very, very significant. But let's not forget, because so many different people watch these videos, maybe 50, 60 people are going to see this, maybe thousands. That would be great if I trigger the algorithm. That would be absolutely wonderful. And that's my relationship with YouTube. And if you know what I mean, there are all kinds of different relationships, could be friendships, could be anything, really. But this is a coming together of energies. That's what the Lovers is really about. It's number 6 in the major arcana, so we've got that lovely idea of the magical number 6. And here are two people coming close together. They've kind of got a certain amount of baggage, but that's really not going to matter, is it? And that's what you've got to do sometimes. You've got to let go of the baggage that you've got, or any concerns you might have about the baggage the other person has got, because you just never know. This is a new situation, you know, and coming where it does in the reading, which is the middle card, which is what it all hangs on. coming after those early energies of the Knight of Swords and the Six of Wands, where we've got all the thinking going on and we've got a definite movement towards progress. This is what it's all leading to, the Lovers, that upward spiral of energy that comes in this way. And here they are facing each other. We've got one of these, just really nice flowers in the background, really. I can't see any more to it than that. But, you know, each person brings their baggage, and it's important to remember that each person brings some good stuff as well. But you only find that out as you go on the journey of the Lovers and actually begin to find out what it's all about. So then, here we go. Now we have King Solomon as an explanation for the Lovers card here, and he's talking about priorities, of course. Now, King Solomon was a very, very wise person. And in the Bible, it talks about King Solomon and the wisdom of Solomon. And the wisest thing that he really did that got people thinking he was wise was he made his money out of aloe vera production. He farmed aloe vera. So if you think of all the properties of aloe vera, it can soothe you. It can help you along the way, basically. That's really what it's all about. So here is some magic coming in to go with the Lovers to actually make it that bit more... Not exactly make it practical, because that's not what love is all about exactly, but for love to really work out, or for whatever new situation you're coming into, whatever you're going to couple with, whether it's a person or a new job or a new energy of some kind. Practicality is important, really. So here we have priorities. Just remember your priorities as you're assessing a situation, and think about the priorities that another person might have, or, you know, what's important in the situation you're going into. Very important things to think about, most certainly. Okay, let's pop those away. So moving on now to card number 4 from the tarot, and this is number 21. We're in the major arcana again, and it's the Tower of Destruction. That thing that comes up and worries us so much, and then we kind of get past it and we realise it needed to happen, really. You know, disaster strikes, then we look back a few weeks down the line, maybe 5 or 6 weeks down the line, when life has had time to adjust itself to the changes, whatever changes might have come in, and we think, well, that really, really needed to happen. It hasn't absolutely killed the castle, it hasn't blown it down, but it's been hit by a lightning bolt, and it's like basically broken the top off, so that there's no way to stay in the present situation, because there's no roof on your castle when this happens. But all is going to be well, all is going to be more than okay, and it is number 21 in the major arcana, which numerology wise is kind of 2 complete cycles, and we're starting off on the next leg of a journey. So again, whatever happens at this point, it's not absolute destruction, it's just like screwing up the bit of paper with all the working out on it, because now you've learned how to work it out, you've decided which way you want to go, and this is just giving you a nudge to make sure you keep moving in that direction. Fate is like that. Fate, you know, it's quite annoying sometimes, quite scary and quite worrying sometimes, but fate comes in for a reason. And it makes things happen, you know, it really does. So what have we got from the Ascended Masters deck? We've got take charge of the situation, and this is Moses. There he is. And, you know, Moses, another miraculous biblical figure. And what I'm really seeing here in this card is, you know, he's obviously parting the waves. We can only see one set of waves, but we know that Moses, and we know through that story that faith can actually part the sea and actually make things happen. Well, here is the sea parting already, but it's no problem for Moses, and it's no problem, friends, for the Moses within you, you know, the energy within you that makes you what you are and makes you ready to go forward. And this is another little reminder that the progress that needs to be made can be made, no matter what obstacles you think might be in the way. As long as you take charge of the situation, which you can do, friends. Every human being can do this. A lot of us think we can't, but we can. If you take charge of this situation and just decide, right, I'm going this way, no matter which way other people try to pull me, or if someone tries to discourage me, or if things go wrong and, you know, the Tower of Destruction makes me feel totally inadequate, I'm going this way. I'm taking charge of the situation. I am going to do this. and so it is, and so mote it be, dare I say, then, you know, things work a whole lot better. It's about being decisive. It really is. Here with the Tower, we've got general circumstances of the world making decisions for us. That's decisive enough, isn't it? So the only answer is to be decisive yourself and take charge of the situation. La Moses. Right. Okay, and this brings us to the outcome part of the reading. Here we've got the Knight of Cups as card number 5. So we started with the Knight of Swords, and now we've got the Knight of Cups. So the emotions are coming into it, and that really is going to happen, especially with the whole idea of a new relationship with, I really don't like the way people always see this as like finding a lover. Maybe that's what you want. Maybe that's what's going to happen. But it's just not always that, you know. It's like the upper and lower heart chakras. You've got the pink heart chakra of kind of love, love, love and being with someone and, you know, amorous feelings, I suppose. And then you've got the lower heart, which is all about kind of love and life and is much more grounded. And really, it's only when the grounded part of the heart is okay that all the other stuff can happen. And by all the other stuff, I mean just about everything life has to offer us. Okay, so the emotions really here, coming in as an outcome card, I suppose is kind of strange, but it's the Knight of Cups, so it's a way of actually getting those emotions worked out. Someone will come into your life. Maybe that someone's there already. If not, someone will come into your life and make ready to push forward and actually allow you to work out your emotions, allow you to see that maybe that half empty cup is actually half full, and this person or this energy, whatever it is, will come in and will allow you to fill that cup, you know, to a point where it's overflowing, or if not overflowing, to the point that it's pretty well full and you can make use of it. That's what needs to happen. That is always what needs to happen. So Knight of Cups, incredibly positive really, but again, like with all the knights, you get out what you put in. If you teach this knight, if you give energy to this knight, then the more success will come your way and better things are bound to happen. You'll get a better outcome that means more to you. And what is our final oracle card? Hey, I love this one for obvious reasons. The namesake of this channel and a wonderful energy that lives pretty much round here somewhere. Merlin. And it's energy healing. Right, healing at last. We haven't seen a great deal of healing so far in this reading. We have seen things getting turned upside down. We have seen massive amounts of thinking to do. We've seen emotions, we've seen love, we've seen the whole thing. But none of it works without healing. And energy healing is really where it's at. Come on, camera, focus. I know you can do it. If you're really going to focus on life and the universe and everything, then you're going to need to focus on healing as well. Because the world is in a hell of a state, my friends, as the famous preacher once said. And we do have to live in this world, you know, inconvenient as it is, and maybe something of a stumbling block on the soul journey. This world is here to teach us, and we live in this world for a reason. For a short time as well, really, compared to the eternity of all our lives. We live in this world for a reason. So there is Merlin, energy healing. Yeah, and all you've really got to do is, like Merlin is doing, reaching for the skies here. See, Merlin is this fabulous magical character who we all, you know, respect so much. I certainly have heaps of respect for Merlin. Just an amazing person. But what he really teaches us is that as he took human form and did all the magic, you can do all this magic in a human form, in the human world, with no more resources than we've already got. It's just about respecting those resources, respecting Mother Earth, getting the earth magic going, understanding that we've got the goddess with us. Who can ever understand the goddess completely? She's a mystery. But we understand that we've got the goddess energy with us, and that is really what makes things happen, and that is really what gets us into a much happier situation. So, my friends, I do hope I've got you into a happier situation today. I feel better after I've done this read. I always feel better after readings. This is why I do YouTube and why I love doing what I do, really. If you'd like a private reading, do give me a shout. My email is down there in the description under this video where it says ... more. Tap on that, you'll get the description, and it will tell you, among other things, it'll give you my Instagram link, my Facebook link, and I'm posting more and more on those at the moment. It'll also give you my email address if you want a reading. That's the way to contact me. 35and83@gmail.com is my email address. That is 35and83@gmail.com. We can do all kinds of different readings. We can go face to face on Zoom. We can go on Messenger. We can do all kinds of things that way. And of course, astrological birth charts are one of my kind of fortes that I seem to do more of those than anything else, actually. And that happens by email. It's a very detailed, in-depth explanation for every single planet and the asteroids as well, telling you really what the astrology of those things and their placement at your time of birth is actually going to mean to your life, telling you the differences various things can make, telling you what makes you stand out from other people and what makes other people stand out from you, because it's always a two-way thing. So if you'd like any of that, friends, 35and83@gmail.com. Meanwhile, I'm going to say thank you very, very much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in a future video. Thumbs up on this if you've enjoyed it. Please drop a like on it, drop a comment, let me know which cards you picked, and that way we can share the journey as well. And what's the other thing? Please subscribe. Why not subscribe? More videos coming all the time. It's my great pleasure to do them, and it's my great pleasure to welcome you to watch them. So take care of yourselves, friends. Love and light, blessings and peace.